Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to ChampMan FPL Season 3 Game Week 4 preview. We are on a little bit earlier today. We've got a few clashes this evening with a bit of NFL. Joined by myself, Chris, FPL captain, and also by our stalwart of the team, Andy Martin, FPL tactician. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. I'm good, Chris. Good to see you. Good to see a lovely face here on this.
Doesn't
Sunday
happen very
afternoon.
often.
No,
Doesn't
it's
happen
nice.
very. I try and avoid it. I'm a behind the scenes kind of guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, all good. How's your season going?
Really badly. I don't want to throw in the towel too much. No, I'm not going to throw in the towel. I mean, it's great fun, but to be, I think, on 1K, near enough, dead on 1K. The first 3 game weeks haven't gone to plan at all. The free hit game week 2 teams smashed out of the park, and I wasn't on that at all. Angel really hurting me when I went for Crouch, and Crouch hasn't done too much. Yeah, perhaps I got it wrong. I probably did get it wrong looking at everyone else's points. So
you've still got both free hit chips though, right?
Yeah.
So could easily come back in a game week which works well.
Yeah, I'll get a plan together. I'm sure I can come back, but to not finish top 100 again, that was my aim, and it's pretty far off at the moment. But we'll keep fighting. We'll keep playing to the end, and it's great. I love it. So
good man. Yeah, long old game week 4 coming up.
Yeah, an interesting game week 4. I think I watched the sim data this morning from Man on Pod. Some tricky ones to call. I don't think there are many clean sheets around, but I don't think it'd be too high scoring either. So we can look at that later. But I think it's an awkward one for transfers. I mean, I've got Crouch, so I'm probably going to move him on because Blackburn, Chelsea don't play this game week. So it's whether I go to Angel or do I look further afield. I don't know. Maybe the stream will help, and maybe you'll help me as well, Chris.
Do my best. But no, we've. I mean, also the 3 of us with dead teams at the moment are all actually quite close. Although we had quite different picks and went about it slightly different ways. So, yeah, I think.
Are you all above me?
I mean, I'm in the 400s.
Dead teams. Oh, no.
I mean, I've got in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I've got two frees as well for game week 4. So I'm thinking about a mini wild card in game week 5, where I do one transfer this week, and then maybe take a -8 going forward in game week 5. But yeah,
nice. And that's one of the beauties of this game, right? In terms of certainly taking hits, you can certainly play it a lot more aggressively than you can FPL. Given that you can look at some data and can make those, you can really sort of target those attacking home fixtures.
Yeah.
And go at it that way. So yeah, looking at -4s, -8s to get your team in good shape for any given week.
And I think that's perhaps where I do fail in this game, where I'm not aggressive enough to go by week. Perhaps I'm someone that likes to plan, and in this game, perhaps it's just being more aggressive. Still have a plan and still have a strategy, but certainly when it comes around like a good home fixture for a good side, doing the -4 to bring 2 or 3 of those players in, perhaps is a better way of going around it, rather than thinking, I can just get 1 in, that'll be fine. But where others are 2 in the -4, getting 2 in, and then changing it around the following week for -4. But yeah, I still haven't got to grips with it yet.
Lots of different ways to play the game, though. Yeah. But no, all good. Right then, should we run through? We'll do a quick recap of last week's game week 3 results. We've had a couple of new signings.
Yeah,
which is exciting.
A big name for Sunderland. I mean, that it's a legend. Would you say it's a legend?
Certainly a ChampMan FPL legend. I think for those that were with us in season 1, sorry. So yeah, we'll come on to that. And then yeah, a few new doubts. We'll go through the condition of each team. And for those who are listening in on the audio, try and explain detail as much as possible in spoken voice, spoken word, so we can try and capture it. Cool. So first game, Aston Villa 4, Bradford 1. Saw a lot of people target Bradford. I think first few games, obviously they've struggled, and with with the fan favourite Dion Dublin potentially starting. I think I saw quite a few go that way, but yeah. Not an unexpected result.
Not an unexpected result. I think for me, Dublin was just too much of a risk with the low condition and on orange flag as well. I mean, he came off early. I guess it's not an injury, just I guess it's low condition where he came off. So that was too much of a risk. But people that went with him, they got a goal. Did he get an assist as well, or was it just a goal? It was just a goal.
It was just a goal.
Just a goal. But he took the risk. He got a goal. You can't ask for too much more. Shame he didn't make 60, but I think owners will take that.
Definitely. Angel owners can, although he didn't have it kind of felt like in the comms he was quite lively, or was certainly involved in build-up play quite a lot. But actually, to get an assist, I think he was slightly robbed by the game. I think for an assist on Dublin's goal. Mm-hmm. Just to be clear, so we always essentially go off what the game says for assists. It can, and I'm definitely seeing this as I'm going through the comms, all of the sort of the individual match reports, that there are just times where the game just doesn't include commentary for certain things. So something could have happened in between and it just decides to miss it off. So it might look like in the comms that I think it was Angel heads it down.
Yeah, threads the ball forward to Dublin or something, wasn't it?
There you go. So Angel nodded the ball on. The loose ball was picked up by Dublin. Hit a speculative shot.
Yeah. So it could be nodded on. Defender could have touched it, and then Dublin hits from distance where the keeper's off his line.
Yeah.
Gave the assist.
But then it was...
yeah, sorry, go on.
No, that's right. He was then responsible for the penalty. Oh, sorry, he got the assist for the penalty, which is what it was awarded for, strangely.
Great comms on that, Chris, as well. Great stuff. All the Richard Rufus owners, horrible. Yeah.
I did apologise, but I'll do it all over again. I think for no one, we certainly didn't see this coming. You'd think Dublin was off the pitch, so you might guess that he might have taken the penalty if he was on. But we knew Richard Rufus took penalties at Charlton, and it was never guaranteed, I guess, but the likelihood was that he would take them on here. Alan Wright, I mean, he is a £4 million defender in the game.
I think he is on pens, like from memory playing the game. When Alan Wright plays, I think he is a pen taker. So I know he's still expected when the ball was handed to a defender. You're thinking, oh, here comes Richard Rufus. And it's a cruel way to announce Alan Wright was taking it. But I think he can take pens. But 4 million, I think he's still more of a risk than Danny Mills. So for me, it's still Danny Mills over Alan Wright. Even if Alan Wright's on pens, I just don't think he'll start regularly at left back. And that's proven by the price. I mean, it should be Barry moving to left back, I think. But big comprehensive result for Villa. I think that's the way people expected. A lot of goals. Hadji, star man.
Very unselfish of Hadji. Yeah, very unselfish to not take that penalty for his hat trick. He's a team player.
Also, as well, Hadji hasn't got a man of the match, and he's done very well. And his rating's never that high, is it?
No, so
lucky to get 2 goals.
Guess.
And Hendry, horrible throwness in a 4-1.
He's just not doing a lot. He had a key pass, but 21 passes. You want to see more for him. You want to see more from him. But fair play to Alan Thompson owners. Good on you.
Definitely, yeah.
Assistant man of the match. Bradford's
nothing much. Story. Yeah, I mean Jess is probably talisman, but I don't think you can go there.
That was a penalty that was scored. Otherwise, 6 shots on goal, 2 on target. Hoekstra, fairly anonymous.
Yeah, starting to question that. I mean, he's on my bench, but Bradford like this, and Hoekstra's again not done anything. Perhaps there's better 4.5s. We should save a bit of money as well.
Mm-hmm. But something I didn't actually pick up from the comments was Peggy Harpersap did have a 3 out of 10 rating for the game.
He's not great though. He's not great at all.
He is not. So there we go.
Cool.
Blackburn 3, Everton 1. So Blackburn sticking with this formation. Although with this time, so going with Bent, O'Brien's dipped back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still going for it. Good result for them. I think Everton have firmed up this year for sure.
Yeah, it's probably the case as well where perhaps Blackburn might have kept the clean sheet if Weatherall was playing. I think it's just one of those where you may miss 2 or 3 games a season. This is one of them. Nothing to worry about for owners. If you do own Weatherall, I think he's a good defender. Often gets man of the match. Good ratings. Martin Taylor, not expected to do much, but did he get a 9 there?
Yes.
So yeah, I mean he filled in Weather as well. Yeah.
10-1, 6 key. That'll do it. Fairly quiet game again for Peter Crouch. Just one shot. Got an assist for Bent. And then the good day for Lucas Neal owners, who genuinely overhit his pass into the back of the net. It's been claimed that I make some of this up, but no,
just copy in that.
You can imagine it, can't you?
Yeah.
Just a curler from outside the box, something like that. It's just beaten the foot of Bent. It's gone into everyone. It's gone through everyone. But no, well done.
Yeah, and a few people have got him as well.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just a few people have gone for Neil.
And then for Everton, David Weir with you see it quite a lot when that happens, don't you? You see, even though they might be at the other end of the pitch, they seem to redeem themselves for scoring own goals. After an unlucky deflection. Yeah. Unlucky deflection, I'll call it. I'll be fair on him.
Is that because Weir's determination is high? So after scoring an own goal, is he then just all out trying to redeem himself?
16. I'm not sure that makes a difference. No, it's just his sheer tenacity to get his team back in it. But yeah, so I think again another game with Campbell and Christie starting up top, Keratos coming on, so you have got that. You've always got that risk, I guess, with any of if you go in for an Everton forward, you've got Keratos on the bench who can come on for either of them, whichever one's having the poorer game.
Yeah, interestingly, that Christie has he played every minute so far? It has been Campbell for Keratos, I'm sure, in the previous games as well.
Yeah. So 2 games now.
That's where he did score twice. Oh yeah, they had a blank, didn't they? Yeah. Perhaps it's average rated, or perhaps it's because Christie is regarded as the better striker
new signing as well, so a higher reputation. Gets a reputation boost, doesn't he, coming in? But yeah, I think Everton just waiting for a good few games, and I think they could be. They've got a few assets there. I think you could go with. I mean, I've got Gary Naismith in my dead team, and Panda's got McAteer. So wing backs in this system, they can do quite well.
Yep.
On this occasion, it was Naismith, but yeah, McAteer with a bonus. So I think there's a few options there.
I mean, generally wing backs are great anyway. But McAteer is decent enough. Yeah, I think McAteer is a decent option. I quite like Everton defenders because they can score from attacking set pieces, and also the wing backs are pretty good. So I don't mind Everton defenders, especially if you've got a double or a good run of fixtures. I think an Everton defender is fine because you can get lucky with them.
Sounds good. Just had a question in the chat. So FPL Glasgow, just thought I'd address the elephant in the room. What came first, Andy? You being available because of work comments, or looking on TweetDeck and working out your score?
Oh no, I'm not looking on TweetDeck this season. I must admit I have done previously, but no, I didn't know what was going to happen Thursday night. It was because one of my colleagues got COVID, annoyingly, so I had to stay on until late. So
You're for a couple of weeks now, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a week off this week, so it's nice to chill, and I'll be there Thursday if anyone will have me. I want to be ready and excited Thursday. Be good.
Joining the fun. Absolutely. Bit of a dull one, Coventry Leicester.
Fine for me. Fine for me. Headman.
Fine for Headman owners. Doing well. I mean, and Leicester were well on top, really. So he's done well. He's done well to keep them out.
I mean, interesting at the start of the season as well. I said I'd go for Headman if he was 5 million. I don't know if you remember our chat. I was saying Headman's a great keeper. Do you not want to make him 5? And you're like, was it you or Panda was saying that 4.5 newly promoted, that he conceded a lot?
I'll go with Panda.
Okay.
Defer to Panda. He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, but Headman's great. Headman's great keeper. Showing his worth, and I think it's going to be a season-long thing, isn't it? 4.5 Headman. It's hard to go elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I went with Serrani on the dead team, but yeah, we'll see. I'm confident I'm confident it'll come good. He's had one clean sheet, but
you just expect Spurs to get more clean sheets than Coventry over the course of the season, I think.
Same again for Leicester. Yeah, struggled. So obviously, so Ian Walker's out injured, so Flowers has come in, but otherwise kept it fairly steady. But restricted Coventry to just the one shot on target. No one really particularly stand out. Dean Sturridge with 4 shots. Matt Heath with an 8 rating, winning man of the match. Kind of tells you all you need to know.
Yeah,
didn't do anything particularly special.
That is nice when you get an 8 rating and get man of the match and the bonus. Other games you can get a 9 and get no bonus because other players have got 10s and stuff.
Yeah. Big one for many. Leeds 4, Watford 0. The result that many were hoping for. And yeah, pretty much the outcome everyone was hoping for. Early Ian Hart goal in the 3rd minute. Kewell. So for those kind of who saw from the leak that Robbie Keane would be playing up top with Larson, well, not with Larson, but playing up top, left that AMC spot available where that is Kewell's best position really in the game. And he's done well. He's had a good game there. But no, fair play to anyone who went with both of those, especially Ian Hart owners.
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster owning him at the best of times. With England international, Harpalson keeping him.
Is he full international now?
Well, he's in the squad.
Okay.
He's in the squad. So. Good for him.
Yeah, good to see. I think not many people went Kewell because of the suspension coming up for him. But Keane was a fine pick, Larson, Ian Hart, great. Even a few McPhails as well got rewarded with an assist. So
keep looking back to his that season 1,
ridiculous
12 assists. Yeah, just felt like almost every other game, doesn't it? More than every other game, he was bringing something. Yeah. But yeah, to be expected for Leeds. Certainly went with the sim data, and another dour performance for Watford, who again are just missing that experience in the middle of the park, missing Vega. Missing Galley, who obviously left at the end of last season. Replaced by Darren Ward and Adrian Williams. They're doing their best. That's all we can.
I mean, we look at Watford, we do go through the teams, but we look at their defence, and they've got another tough fixture this week. So it could be a similar outcome. I mean, at the moment, it's just target Watford until they get any sort of defence in. So,
and potentially Vialli needs to do something there. He needs to do something to turn it around quick, I think.
Yeah, yet to score this season, Watford.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad. Even though they've had attempts and stuff, and perhaps they've been unlucky not to score, but bottom of the league, not great. Blackburn, is it Blackburn away? Who's it? No, Middlesbrough
Borough away next. That's not helpful.
So I mean, you're looking at that, you're thinking, I mean, Middlesbrough forward captain to target the Watford again. That'd be my standout. I mean, I went with Rickard last week. I'm thinking the same again.
I think it'd be popular, especially if we tweeted out some news from some of the European games, internationals, and And Boxic came off a bit injured, so we'll see. We'll see what that means for Borough. Speaking of, good 2-1 win. So at the moment, it's not particularly Rickard maybe edging out from bonus, but those that went Boxic or Rickard, they both had 2 returns. I think, haven't they, in 2 games? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So pretty even at the moment. But yeah, as I said, we'll come on to Boxic in a minute. I'll flip through them too quickly to spot anything of note. But no, to be expected, really. I think.
Yeah, strong team. I mean, they've even made their team better this season with on-show. It was good anyway, but having on-show in there now as well just makes just a solid team, and it's just you can hang your hat on that 11 all through the season.
Well, even behind the scenes as well, we've got Dean Gordon who can come in. Jonathan Greening can play anywhere.
Yeah.
Did well in season 1, didn't he? He's been pushed out a bit by the others.
I mean, Marinelli is coming on strong, and I think he's definitely a good option. Great player.
Definitely. For Ipswich, start for Gary Breen and rewards its owners. Congratulations.
Yeah. Are you like in team Breen or team Mills for the 4.0 defender? Would you say Gary Breen?
So I've got Mills in my team, in my dead team, third bench. But yeah, certainly wouldn't put anybody off. Certainly not as a, not particularly a starting berth. I mean, we've seen Horizon come in for this one. This was the game this was the team that we looked at in terms of had rotated the most, although there wasn't really any severe rotation anywhere else. But Abidallah coming in was new. He played a couple of games last season, but yeah, still in this relatively defensive formation. Prutton at DM, and then Breen coming in, Craney at left instead of Clapham. So yeah, it's a fair bit of rotation. But then even likes of Berkovic coming in, got an assist late on. So he's only 4.5 as well. So
yeah, it's difficult to switch mids. There's just so many of them, and a lot of those defenders can play a mid as well. So even though they play 3 in there, it's like Holland and then +2, and you never really know which 2 it's going to be. So
yeah,
it's awkward.
We saw emotional scenes at the away end.
Don't! I had a tear in my eye, Christopher. Don't. to see Keith in the away end. Oh, the banners.
He's now.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It was a really nice touch, wasn't it, from the travelling fans? But no, Keith Brannigan, who was on a rolling contract from the end of last season, has decided to it's not been made public whose decision it was, but Keith at ripe age of 37, Irish international to his name. If that was his last club game, and we can remember him for all the good times.
Exactly right. I mean, there's rumours about his knees, but I don't know if they're just rumours. So, yeah,
careful where you get your media from.
Talk Sport mentioned something. I can't remember.
Okay. Says it all. Okay. But no. So interesting for it's just number 1. Is it James Pullen that comes in? We'll take a look at them when we go through the team by teams. Newcastle 3, Bolton 2. Good win for Newcastle. This they were behind at the halfway mark, but yeah, top players come through. Specifically, Gary Holt, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he's had an eventful start to the season. I'll give him that. Yes,
I mean, I think in his first game, I think that referee Steve Link, he's I think the authorities need to have a look at his betting history, his gambling history, because he's been dishing out a lot of yellows.
Yeah, especially first minute of the start of the season to dish out a yellow card. I think something's going on there.
But then again, and I'd say the same about Danny Griffin, who loves a yellow. He just keeps getting booked. But no, finally a return for Shearer. First of the season, even though struggled in the air against, like it'd been
DeVos, is it?
He plays on the left side. So
other side.
Dunn, mix of Dunn and Hendry. smothered in for most of the game. But
yeah, it's never easy going up against the Bolton centre backs. They give you hard work.
Mm-hmm. Nice return for Dyer as well.
Yeah, Dyer's great. I think Dyer's a good option. A few people have loaned him. I think someone that we know who's playing on the right side, then he can whip in a good cross. He's got good skill, good technique, everything you want for the winger. So Dyer's still great. I had him a lot last season. Did okay, but I think he could even step up again this season. I mean, if you look at his stats, click on Kieran Dyer. I mean, you won't see many better than that. So
24. Brilliant. Yeah. So I mean, Gary Holt. I think he's going to be. Yeah, I think he'll be suspended for the upcoming game. So as long as Stephen Hughes is okay, he might come straight back in. Shedo Amiobi featuring. Good lad. I remember when I was playing the game, I could get him. He regularly played for England. Do well.
Okay. Yeah.
Be interesting to see how he gets on. But yeah, Carl Court's still number one there. Yeah, same off for Bolton. Still a team you can go for. Gardner, front two. Ramberg will do quite well still.
Yeah, I think a lot of my struggles have come from starting with Pedersen and Gardner, and they just haven't really done it yet. It's a lot of money to invest when there's other players doing well, and then I always expect Gardner to do more than he does. Perhaps I think he's great, and I always believe in getting an attacking return, and perhaps I put too much faith in him. And Pedersen 9.5 is a lot of money to have for someone who's not in a premium team.
It is, I think, but when you can get, I say, the start of the season with three away games in 4, I think when we start switching to maybe be a good decision for those on wildcard on game week 5. It's a tough run of home games. Leeds, Everton away, Tottenham, Liverpool.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it after this week. I think I'm going to keep for Bradford away. I mean, the Norwich home fixture, I think, was a good thing for game week 2, but it didn't materialise into anything.
Norwich 0, Sunderland 2. So yeah, Norwich still struggling, but poor Billy Mercer, who was hooked after 52 minutes, the 5. Always funny to see in the game in the comms. It doesn't make it. Game doesn't make a big deal of it.
Come on,
game doesn't make a big deal of it. Just says when it was 50th minute or so, wasn't it? Yeah, half time. No action after 7 minutes. Billy, off you come. Not seen the improvement. Not listening to me.
I told you at half time. Do something. You haven't done anything.
You've not done anything. But yeah, interesting that. So we got two 10s in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Libra with the brace for Sunderland, but no big. Marky Mackay with 12 headers, 6 of them key.
Great performance. So was he up against Kevin Phillips there, and just kept him quiet, and that's why they gave him man of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the one shot for Kevin Phillips. 3 for Libra, all on target.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of lineups, it's probably the most attacking we've seen Norwich, given their formation they played. It's very well. The last couple of weeks they played, it was lots of backward arrows. Always having 3 players in the central DM position, really protecting that back line. But no, and again, this is one of those. So Graham Marchant, who's a forward in the game, I think we've got him as a midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why we kept him a midfielder, that he could very easily play in this right back position.
Okay,
and that's not what you want.
No.
Cool. Moving on to the Sunday games. So Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1. Surprised by this one, Andy?
Yeah, surprised that both teams scored. I mean, if you look at the match stats, it's surprising that 3 goals did go in from that, 9 shots on target. Actually, I thought it was less than that, but yeah, Owen had a few chances.
He had lots of chances.
Missed the target a lot.
So we had 5. Yeah, so it was plain to see from the report that. And they didn't seem to be sort of half chances, seemed to be quite clear cut chances. So just needs a bit of confidence. He wasn't involved in the game much other than that. 11 passes.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really someone that is, though, is he? Particularly, he's kind of your last man. Give him the ball in the box and he'll get a shot away, kind of thing. So,
Let's give you news as a target man, maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting keeper swap. So Dudak had a bad week last week. Kirkland's come straight in. His to keep.
I think it is his to keep. I think he'll keep it. Kirkland's great in this game. I think we'll see now that this is what Richard Wright needed. It's just like a similar level. But yeah, I think Kirkland's to lose. I think he'll keep it now. No, England's national as well. So yeah, we'll see Kirkland. I think.
Dudek's 30. He's no slouch in the game though.
No, both good keepers. Yeah. I mean, interestingly, if Kirkland does play now and earns the shirt, Dudek could be someone that moves on. Maybe we see him go to a different Premier League club.
Interesting. That would be interesting. Chelsea, Kudicini's back. But another
Johnson,
another header.
Should we be going for Johnson come this game week 5 wildcard? Can we ignore him? Look at the start of the season.
There's going to be they've got some work to do in and around Europe, but what are we talking about? City away. Yeah, City away, Borough at home, Coventry at home, Blackburn, Everton away. I mean, it doesn't matter at the moment so far. He's doesn't matter where he's been, whether it's been Europe. He's had 5 and 4 now. Whether he's home, whether he's away, he's having a good sim so far.
Yeah, and he is good. I quite like him. How much is he?
I think it's 9.5.
I mean, we're into the 3rd season, and Chelsea forwards are never normally what people go to, are they? Even though Chelsea are pretty decent, I think it's just isn't the fact that returns have been spread out, and it's not really the attackers that are scoring. I don't know.
You can see for Sale having good games, good sims. He's a good player in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seems like, I mean, yeah, what are we talking? He had 10 goals last season, 4 assists. And I think that when you're looking at Chelsea just as assets in general, you're looking defensively.
Yeah.
Anyone in that back 4 can haul on any game, in any day, in any game. And then you've got the 2 wingers, Zenden and Carboni that you look at. The rare start for Dalabona in this one. Petit was out injured. But yeah, no, I think it gives you a much clearer option forwards for Chelsea if you're going to look at targeting them for their fixtures.
Yeah, especially double game week coming up as well. I think that's another reason why people are thinking about Chelsea a lot more because the double game week in 8.
Mm-hmm. He's only 2% owned. Good Johnson at the moment.
I know.
At 9.5. And
it feels like no one's going there. I mean, we just go in other teams, other forwards. But perhaps we can.
Could be like you said, is that because of historical playing? Do you think that we've never really gone there before? Do you think that's why people aren't considering them?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the reason. I think because they had other forwards as well. So you had like Zola and Hasselbank for a bit of time, and you never kind of think, oh, this one's nailed because the other one can come in. I think now Johnson, Leon Knight's great, but I think Johnson is going to be nailed, and I think Chelsea are still great, and I think they can score quite a few. And why can't Johnson get a 20-goal season easily?
Yep, agree there. Moving on, Man City 3, Arsenal 1.
Killer.
What is going on at Highbury? But I mean, it was straight out the blocks.
Look at that.
With this, Jermaine Wright with his 3rd goal of the season. Second minute, follow up with 1 shot.
Wake up, Arsenal! Seriously, it's bad. There's big concerns now about Wenger. They haven't won the league since '98, so he's only won the league once.
Fans demand more, but it just seems to be. There seemed to be no resistance. I mean, Tekinov looked like he was involved. He had a part to play in both the first and the second goals, but poor clearance, and then just didn't do wasn't enough. But maybe it's Tick not being played out of position there. Shouldn't be one of the last men that one chop should be going past. Where's Ashley? Where's Matthew? They're the questions I'd be asking if I was an Arsenal fan.
Yep.
It's start of Bergkamp. No, Jeffers didn't make an appearance either.
Henry, I mean, I've had Henry as well since the start. I thought he'd do better. I looked at some away fixtures like this one, thinking, okay, Arsenal probably go for it. But
hang on, got an incoming call.
Answer
it. Where's my camera gone? I can't get rid of it. Just like this nice little tune in my ear. I mean, that three of City though. Right, Svensson one shot. They've all delivered.
Oh, lost you now again. There we go. You back?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying the right Svensson. Oh, can't hear you now.
Audio issues.
There we go.
Can't hear me at all.
I can hear you now.
Is it better if I'm closer to the phone?
I think so. Oh, Chris, what have you done here?
Give me a second. In the meantime,
yeah.
Anything else you want to say about Man City? I think they've had a good start to the season.
Good start to the season. I think Thiago's been unlucky not to return. I think if you want a Man City mid, he's probably still the one to go to. Even though Jermaine Wright's done well, is Jermaine Wright 6 million? I think.
He is.
I still wouldn't say he's going to do as much as Thiago over the course of the season. Yeah, so I think he's probably started the season well, like Stephen Hughes did last season for Newcastle. If you haven't got him now, you kind of missed it a bit. So, yeah, I still think Thiago is a decent option.
Fair enough.
So the dog's back.
Yeah, Arsenal.
Keep him a dog.
Need to do something fast, I think.
Yeah, two sets, Chris. Hang on.
I think you can hear me okay. I'm not sure. I'm struggling to hear Andy a little bit. Got the dog out. Then last game was Tottenham 1, Man United 1. With a lot of United clean sheets. Went in the mud from Poyet. I've got Ehiog myself in my dead team. But pretty standard lineups, I think, for both teams this time round. Selakovic starting up front, which is what we saw, and one of the reasons why we priced him as a forward this year. Yeah, not really getting in amongst it this time.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry. All good?
Yeah, all good. Just dog barking. I think it was delivery or something.
Good. Okay. What?
Tottenham Man U. Was this the Monday night football? Was it?
It was, yes. Yeah. So just mentioned Selakovic up front now. Seems to be where seems to be the favoured pairing up front from what we're seeing. Poyet's had a good game with the goal. Really involved. 76 passes.
Wow. Yeah.
Everything going through him.
I mean, his goal was special as well. Just click on the commentary for his goal. I remember did he go past a few to score?
He did.
Look at that.
So this came on from 67. Just got the ball, kept moving. Past Nedved, past Chadwick. So we switched wings. And then took his moment and got injured in the build-up.
Ran past Anderson as well, who was hobbling.
just went straight through him. Probably a disappointing result for United. They had their chances, but those on Ruud getting their returns. Those on Veron.
Oh, Veron has been a nightmare, hasn't he? Start of the season. Yeah. Would you stay on Veron if you owned, or would you just look to spread the funds elsewhere?
I think you're always going to. You feel like you're always going to get burnt, don't you? I think if you choose to go off off of Iran. They've had this in terms of their fixtures. A couple of away games. I think when it comes to, if you're not wildcarding in 5, you've got some tasty home games coming up.
Okay.
That I think it's going to be difficult to come off in. Away at Newcastle coming up.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good fixture away to Newcastle because they both attack. I think Newcastle will try and come at Manchester United.
Yeah, I think it's tough, and I think from what we've seen in other, in seasons past, that there will be weeks where Veron hauls and who doesn't. But yeah, so far 3 games, no attacking returns. Like you say, it's a lot of money sat there.
Mm. I'm on double defence. I'm not on any Manchester United attacker. I'm on Egiog and Silvestre. They got the 1 clean sheet. It's really disappointed. I was a bit like Martin when on the stream when Tottenham scored. It was a real kick in the teeth. That one.
I mean, Ekiog's not had the great start.
No, you'd expect better, wouldn't you? Average rating.
Yeah.
Find his feet.
It's just the one booking.
And you compare that to Roque Jr. His ratings are very good.
He did miss a game, so he missed out to Ronnie Johnson.
True.
In game week 2, who's still a good player. I think, surprised actually last year that he actually started 24 games in the league for United last season. That was obviously before Ekiog come into the club. Might be one to watch if there is going to be any rotation. No start for David Dunn this week. Ryan Giggs back in.
Yeah, Ryan Giggs, Nedved. Yeah. It seems like for the midfielders, because there's competition on the left, Chadwick looks okay on the right, really. They haven't got anyone to play on the right on the bench, have they? It's kind of left central defender, yeah.
Good stuff.
Right, cool. So this has been an international break as well. So in the actual game, there's been a 2-week period where internationals have been played. So we did tweet this out as well. But England, what was the last result for England?
2-0 to Cyprus.
Good, comfortable. Boring game, terrible game. ITV coverage was awful as well.
Doing well. It's not a classic England team. But nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, John Curtis. Bit of a surprise.
Second cap. Clean sheet. So we can ask of him. Richards there.
Yeah.
No, interesting. I'll be with the 9. So what's that? Group 6. So they've got another game to go, which is against
just the one, is it 2? 2 games?
Slovenia. It's in October.
Okay.
But yeah, essentially, Finland and both England and Finland are both tied on 15. We've got Belgium in 14 as well. So actually, quite a tight group. Finland have played all their matches. So it's just going to be between the results between Belgium and England. I think that I
think it's just if there was a draw, wasn't it? England will be the best second place team anyway.
So if England drew, so Belgium have got Cyprus. So if Belgium beats Cyprus, they'll be on 17. So if Belgium win and England draw with Slovenia, England will go into the second place, which will then determine, their qualification determines whether they're going to be one of the best second place teams, which I think Panda's looked at and he said, yes, they're still at the top. So the likelihood is, if England get a draw and Belgium win, they'll still probably finish as the top second place team.
And still qualify, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to affect, I think it's game week 13, game week 13 and 14, so a little bit further down the line.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just worth keeping an eye on those as we get through the next few game weeks. We'll just keep we'll keep close eye on those.
Yeah, I think come game week 8 when the fixtures are, we'll know how all the groups are looking, how the fixtures lie for in our game. So it should give you an idea of game week 13, 14. But yeah, one to keep an eye on, and we'll remember to look at it when it happens.
Sounds good.
Yeah. There's the table. Villa at top. Good to see Aston Villa at top. Top of the table, Villa.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, the biggest surprise is probably Arsenal.
Just the 1 point from 3. Conceded 8. Maybe Watford could have conceded more.
That's really bad. It's terrible, isn't it? Really
bad. Cool. Should we run through teams?
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Let's start with Arsenal.
Or should we have a look at fixtures? Is there any Monday nights or Sunday games?
So you've got 7 fixtures on Saturday, which is today in game. So for these teams, the condition that we'll look at in the game will be their pre-game condition. Then you've got Villa, Sunderland, Everton and Arsenal that play tomorrow. Blackburn and Chelsea have a blank game week.
Yeah, because that was the Monday night football, but then the Champions League starts on the Tuesday.
Yeah, so the game, rather than rescheduling Chelsea to a
Saturday.
Call the whole thing off. Doesn't work for us. Cool. So yeah, 9-game week. So yeah, just keep that in mind when we're looking at conditions. So yeah, for Arsenal in particular, if there's anyone lower condition, then they've got another game. So they'll generally recover 7%.
6-7%, yeah.
So yeah, it looks like there's been some reserve action. This is why some of these are slightly lower condition. Anyone know Pennant? Have you still got Pennant, Andy?
I have still got Pennant. Yeah, it was one of my 4.5 mids. I've gone for the old 5-2-3 formation with Hoekstra, Medina, and Pennant on the bench, which is not worked. I mean, Pennant was starting game week 1. That's the reason I went for it.
Yeah,
and yeah, didn't do much. So
that's okay. All good. I think, well, it was a good start. It's a good option for the start of the season. I think, yeah, Arsenal rotate enough, but yeah, he was injured during training, so he's going to be orange flagged. So he could play. He's obviously not a starter, but a 4.5 option. Unlikely he'll play this week. So yeah, somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier. So the orange flags you're seeing on the site, like right now, are from the previous game weeks. So after the stream, Panda will do the update to reflect what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is probably look at the website after Monday, after you get the leak, after the site's been updated, after you've had a look at the stream. That's when you can look at your team. But from Tuesday onwards, nothing's going to change, and I think that's you can do transfers then and not be worried about it. You don't have to necessarily wait until deadline, unless you want to just chat about it, and there'll be a Twitter space and stuff. But all the information should be out by latest Monday midnight.
Yeah. I mean, interesting. So for game week 4, there are going to be some that are going to be wildcarding in 5. So those that are looking for a 1-week punt, maybe. So yeah, I mean, condition-wise, everyone of note, literally 89%, maybe the only other one. Richard Wright looks like he's getting some reserve games. Yeah, it's good for him. Needs to find a shop window in some way, shape or form.
Yeah, needs to go somewhere. Yeah.
But no, everybody else generally in a good bit of health. We've added. Have we added anybody for Arsenal?
No, don't think so. No,
all good.
Cool.
Cool. Anyone you'd highlight for Arsenal? I mean, they're away at Everton again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fixture that they can attack, and you'd expect them to score maybe a couple of goals again. But Henry is testing my patience yet again. He's been a troll season 1, season 2, and I went that way. And do I remain with Henry, or do I look for someone in a premium bracket who's more likely? But I'll probably end up keeping Henry again.
You just keep him. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Villa.
Top of the table, Villa.
Top of the table. So Vassell is he's out. So he came off with an injury. He's out for about 2 weeks with a twisted ankle. Balaban is still 90%, so he's orange flagged. He's out for a few days, but they are playing tomorrow. So, I mean, there's a chance Balaban could go
one day. It could go one day, perhaps. There's a chance that happens, but the orange flag is still going to be there, I think, and it probably makes Dublin more now. Dublin's fine, is he 100%?
Dion Dublin.
Because he came off low condition, but 2 weeks rest. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Angel's 94%.
Flying back from Colombia. Yeah. Just going to take out of him a bit, but should be fine.
Alan Wright, 91%, interestingly.
Okay. I don't think Alan Wright is going to play. I wouldn't say Alan Wright is a go-to buy now. I think Mills has got a chance of playing again. But Alan Wright is a dodgy one. I wouldn't go there, even if he's on pens. I don't think... I'd wait a few weeks to make sure he is starting every game left back before going there.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if he starts this week. I think we'll see a lot on wildcard. Maybe go that way.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a great fixture. So anyone Dublin and Angel... Oh, they've got playing tomorrow as well. So those 91% should be okay.
Otherwise, all good.
Yeah.
Blackburn have got a blank, so we won't go too far on them. But just Duff is orange flagged, so may come back for the next game week. He's only out for a day. De Boer is out for another month. Otherwise, yeah, Blackburn in good shape for Europe. Bolton, so Carrick came off injured. He's out for 3 weeks with a calf strain. Although it was the game before. That's nothing new. Just going back to Blackburn. Sorry, Weatherall is
European. Yeah,
European ban. It's on our stats. It's on Panda stats for the week. So ignore that. Back to Bolton. Hendry, 76%. I mean, he needs time between games at his age.
Yeah. Is he still playing Scottish football, or is he retired from international football? He'll say on his. No, he's still available now.
What a servant. So yeah. Likelihood that we've got Bo Hansen who's suspended. He's got a 3-match ban previous week.
Yeah. Was there any red cards in game week 3?
No,
there wasn't. So okay.
We didn't have any red cards.
So all the game week 1 suspensions kicking in now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Otherwise there'll be Dunn, De Vos, and one other to come in.
Who came on for Hendry last game? Because Hendry went off injured.
Simica.
Okay, so yeah, it might be Simica again. I think it would be probably Simica. Sweet.
Cool. Next game, Bradford away. You wouldn't want to be selling Gardner, I don't think, would you?
No, I mean Gardner and Pedersen are going to stay again for this week. Kind of like I was pretty sure I was going to get rid of him anyway after this game. Perhaps Pedersen anyway. I think I could move Pedersen on to someone else and use the money up front. Yeah. Or even Pedersen lower down and then bring up one of my 4.5s higher up to have kind of 3 playing midfielders rather than 2. But yeah, I wanted Pedersen for Bradford and Norwich. Didn't do anything against Norwich. Hopefully he does something against Bradford.
Yeah. Michael Ricketts is honoured to be at the same club at Henrik, but he would like a new contract. Yeah, there's a few. So just note in the chat. Yeah, there's a lot of players can be unhappy for lots of different reasons. So some of the things that we don't always get caught in the game because we're managing a Divi 2 side. Don't generally get some of the sort of the manager press conferences from the Premier League. So it might be that someone mentioned that that Hadji's unhappy.
Contract, I reckon.
He wants a new contract. So it might be occasions where a player's been told off. been sort of negatively spoken about in the press by his manager, for example.
Yeah.
In response to a question that can make a few players unhappy within the team. But yeah, so doesn't always mean anything. And yeah, someone like Hadji's had a lovely start to the season. Sort of thing might not affect
Give me some more bunts. Give me some more bunts because I'm scoring goals for you. That's what it is. Demanding. Yeah.
Anyone else? Sean Goat has requested a transfer, but he'd like to stay at the club. Franson would also like to stay at the club after being transfer listed. And Nicky Southall. So yeah, maybe they had a really good bowling night. They got together and submitted their transfer requests in power, and then
yeah. I mean, I think Allardyce has just gone, look, Southall, play this game. We'd be happy if I chuck you in, and he did. Same with Franson. Look, I'll chuck you on. We'll get some game time. Cheers, boss. Trying to keep the club harmony. That's what it's about as well.
It's all about man management, this. Cool. Bradford's clean bill of health for anyone looking to go there.
It's a good fixture. It's a good fixture against Bolton. I think there'll be goals. I mean, that's a fixture I'm looking at. Thinking there'll be goals this week. Looking at like a 2-2, 3-2 either way.
Yeah.
Debatable whether I start Hoekstra at Bolton, home to Bolton, over a defender, maybe. Yeah, I'll see.
I mean, I am.
You are, yeah. Well, you have to. But...
I'm in for the dead team just for this game. No, I have no idea. Yeah, still good. Well, still options, shall we say? But yeah, they need to do something.
Yeah. How much is Jess? Is he someone that you could have as a third forward? Is he 7?
6. No, he is 7 million. Sorry,
7. Yeah. So perhaps just a bit too much for Jess. I think
he is on penalties. He can have good seasons. So yeah, he needs to. Let's go for. Well, he does have a 100% shot on target percentage in the league. Probably that penalty.
One chance, one goal.
Chelsea, pretty clean bill of health. Good Johnson's at 99%. Also with like a new contract.
Not playing, no other. Blanking this game week.
They are indeed. So that'd be very healthy for a trip to Benfica. Well, for Benfica's trip to Stamford Bridge. Coventry, we saw Eustace come off in the last game. He's out for a few days with a twisted ankle, 84%. So again, orange flagged, might play. I think a few people might have gone there.
Yeah, there has been a signing, and one that Delia is not happy about.
There has. Anyone spot it? I'm not going to give you a chance to say yes. Matt Lawrence, new player, comes in from Stockport County, 2.6 million. He's a defensive midfielder in the game.
Quite a bit of money. Quite a bit of money for Matt Lawrence. He's okay.
Yeah, Stockport will be pleased with that income. I think. Interestingly, you're right. Delia isn't happy. Coventry have swooped in at the last minute, and Lawrence has decided he doesn't want to go to Norfolk. He wants to go to the East Midlands. So yeah, we might hear some words from Delia, but no, I think he's been added to game as a 4.5 million defender. I think that's where he's gonna play.
I guess would it be right back or centre back? I wonder. Don't see him going to midfield. I mean, essentially, he's probably the Breen replacement when they sold Gary Breen to Ipswich.
Yeah, so you've got like Paul Williams, Scott Walker sitting at centre back. Mark Edworthy.
Yeah, I think he replaces Edworthy personally, but
there you go, 4.5 million. Welcome, Matt. Next game, Liverpool at home. Going to be a tough game for him.
Another chance for Headman to shine. Good.
And for those who have gone for the majority of the most owned keeper in the game, he is fine.
Yeah, good to see. I mean, again, I'm just thinking Headman, 2 save points, 2 goals conceded, 3, maybe get 1 bonus point, 4 maybe, and that's fine. That's all you need. That's all you need. Yeah.
Lee Hughes, still a good option. He's a good player in the game. Again.
Yeah, I'd feel more confident about going for Lee Hughes than Jess. I don't know why that is. Hughes is on pens as well, I guess. I believe so.
You haven't taken one yet, but yeah, I think you'd fancy him for it for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, wouldn't go too close to Julian Joachim. Everton, Ryan Valentine. Oh dear, he's dreadful. He's out for a month, but other than that, got Alan Stubbs at 94. Gamma at 94. So yeah, Naismith at 98.
Yeah, all good.
Fine. Big Dunks 87. Thinking of moving clubs. Unheard of.
He wouldn't do that, would he? He did have a stint at Newcastle, didn't he, in real life?
Did he?
Do you remember that?
No. They've got Arsenal at home, so opportunity against a misfiring Arsenal could be interesting.
Yeah, I'd expect Everton to score. I wouldn't rely on the Arsenal clean sheet away from home to Everton. I think Everton are decent enough for a goal. Whether they get a result, I mean, if they do, then Arsenal are deep in trouble.
Anyone you go with on a 1 week punt?
I don't think I would for Everton, not against Arsenal particularly as a 1 week punt. Unsworth maybe, as he's on pens. Is Unsworth there? Yeah, but even that, I probably wouldn't. I can see both teams scoring. I don't think Everton will get perhaps a clean sheet. So no, there's no one up punt for Everton for this week.
Cool. Ipswich, pretty clean bill of health again. So yeah, Doherty started up top last week, didn't do too much, and Horizon came back in, who does want to move to a bigger club. He's quite happy.
Is Doherty playing for Ireland?
He's playing today. Oh, sorry, he's playing for Ireland. He is indeed playing up top for Ireland, actually.
Not a bad team.
No, lovely team. Lovely team. But other than that, everyone else is all good. So yes, Keith Brannigan has been removed from the game. So goalkeeper wise, I mean, there was Kelvin Reed came in. Deputised for Brannigan a lot last year.
I mean, if they chuck Reed in, which could happen.
Well,
I mean, why by pulling
is priced at 5.5 in the game.
Ridiculous price.
We like what we saw. From him. He had good little spell at Weymouth. Know it well. Good average rating for a keeper. So he's full of confidence. So let's see how they do. But we expect Pullen to come in. But yes, Reed did play a lot last year as well. I doubt those two don't even have numbers, so I doubt they'd be involved at all. Got Leicester at home. Good game.
Very good game. Very good game. It's mentioned as well that Leicester seem to produce these dull fixtures and trying to, away from home, kind of just nullify the opposition. So you'd see this one as a low-scoring game, perhaps, if Leicester kind of set out for the 0-0 and trying to restrict Ipswich. If it is kind of the goals don't come early, perhaps it could end up with like a 1-0 Ipswich or a 0-0. So yeah, I mean, Ipswich defender isn't the worst thing this week.
I've got last home game formation.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Could look at something similar.
You expect Doherty to be up top, or Ederson to come in?
Clapham probably to come back in as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think Tariko's a good shout for this week.
Yeah.
Someone that could get attacking return. Doherty, looking for a punt. Doherty probably is the one. ROP out of position, probably goes up top. Chance of a clean sheet. I think he did. Yeah, I think he stays there for now. I think if there was injuries to defenders, he perhaps drops back. But I think they've got full defenders. I don't think anyone's out. So I'm guessing he stays up top. Personally, I think it's a good punt for this week for the wild card. And then who doesn't want to own a defender out of position up top?
As long as they're out of position at the top.
Yeah. But even if he's not, it's still a chance.
It's Leicester, they say.
Yeah. Leeds
United.
Viduka. That's what people want to know. He's back.
Mark Viduka is at 100%. So the international break is giving him the time he needs. Alan Smith is 90%.
Okay.
A few days with a groin strain. But yeah, you would imagine it would go back to Viduka, Larson, and then Keane and AMC.
And then McPhail missing out with Kuehl back in midfield. Oh, Kuehl's in. Oh, okay, right. Nice. Okay, yeah.
Kuehl was suspended for 3 matches. So, time to move away.
Okay, so you'd expect McPhail to keep his place, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If you went there because of the league, definitely a hold. McPhail.
McPhail is, I think he's 5.5. Yes, yeah, 5.5 for McPhail.
I think it's a good price. I think it's decent. If you haven't got much money in midfield, McPhail's an option. 3 games, especially if you're wild carding soon. I don't like that. I don't mind that at all. I think he'd be all right.
Seen a bit of flip-flopping between Hart and Singh. Again, do you think he keeps his place? That's hard to say, I know, but... Was
McPhail on set pieces, or was it being shared last game? I remember seeing McPhail a couple of times taking stuff. But perhaps Hart took it as well.
Yeah, this is just the last game. No, I think Kuehl, so Hart can take them. McPhail took a corner.
Yeah. Maybe the other one.
Yeah,
5.5.
Taking corners there.
Okay, 5.5 on set pieces for a good Leeds team. I quite like it.
Yeah, I like that.
With Kuehl out. With Kuehl out.
And then the other centre mid position probably could go a couple of ways, couldn't it?
Bowyer still out, is he? Was he back?
Bowyer. Right, Lee. No, you're right.
So I would expect to be Bowyer and McPhail, and Bowyer is an option. Bowyer's great.
Stats wise, yeah, he's really good in the game.
Yeah, I mean, normally 3rd season by now he'd have an England cap. It's surprising that he hasn't. The injuries have not been kind to him in this sim. Hasn't played full seasons.
He had a fairly decent run in the team last year. Just didn't do too much with it. But yeah, no, it'd be good if you can kick on. So yeah, McPhail and Bowyer. Bowyer maybe back this week.
Maybe.
6.5 million.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that maybe actually probably puts McPhail not as good because the core can come in. Batty we've seen start as well.
Good player.
Yeah, and there's only 2 positions for that in that Leeds team.
Batty came in for the last game.
Yeah, if you knew who was starting that centre mid Leeds spot, you could pick up a cheap midfielder. I think it's quite a good thing.
Leicester. So Ian Walker's 90%, orange flagged. Says there's a chance he comes in for Flowers. Other than that, Matt Elliott on 95. Everyone else, okay. Delaney likes a new contract. With Gary Rowett. Ipswich away. Like you say, might be a low scorer. Might sharp.
I do smile to myself every time I hear the name Matt Elliott. So going back to school days, we needed 1 sticker to complete. I needed 1 sticker to complete my my book, and it was Matt Elliott. And I was running around school with friends, like as a group of us, screaming to everyone, like, "Has anyone got Matt Elliott? Matt Elliott!" To swap, and like a whole like chunk of stickers like to give away. We did find it in the end.
You got him.
Got him, yeah.
Excellent.
I think it was 97, 98, perhaps, from memory.
Nice. I had that with Warren Barton. I think it was like the 93, 94. I remember my dad coming home from work with it in his hand. He like swept it from a mate.
Yes, Dad, I love you. Yeah,
It's a real moment.
Yeah. Anytime I hear Matt Elliott, it brings back those memories anyway, which is nice.
Good. What have we got? Liverpool. Emil Heskey's 90% condition, injured during training with a bruised head.
That's not good. A few people. What percentage is he owned?
He is. No, he's 4.3% owned. A few have gone now.
Yeah.
I think he's become, with Owen back, it's become just that little bit more of a rotation risk if they do go with Fowler.
So makes Fowler a puntman, perhaps, for this week?
If he starts, Coventry away, up against Magnus.
You'd expect it to be Owen and Fowler now. I know Lippmann's hanging around, but I think it's got to be Fowler.
Yeah, Lippmann, although it was Owen and Heskey home to Chelsea before. Owen and Heskey seems to be preferred. It was Fowler on the first day when Owen was out, but yeah. So the question is, do they push through? They can push through the pain barrier of his bruised head. Could be nasty. But yeah, it's an interesting one for owners. I think
it's not nice for owners. Yeah,
I think he probably starts if I was going to guess. And then Kirkland to keep his place. Then we think Richie Partridge 52%. Good run of games last year, didn't he?
He's good player. I like him. I would always start him if I was a Liverpool manager on the game.
Man City now.
Ooh, talked about it. Talked about it's a good start to the season.
Disappointing. Injured during training, Jermaine Wright. He's out for a month with a twisted ankle. Great start to the season with his new team. 3 goals and 3 appearances. Not anymore.
No, Leicester sell. He's out for a month. He's going to miss a few game weeks there.
Yeah. It's a shame as well. Look at that fixture. Norwich at home.
I wonder if anyone's moved early.
It might have moved. Yeah, it might have moved last week.
But moved ahead of this. I hope not.
Everyone else is looking all right. Paolo one chop, 100%.
Yeah, it's a good punt for this week.
One chop. Yeah.
Home to Man City. Home to Norwich, sorry.
Captaincy, could you go with?
I don't think it's a need to go captaincy. I don't think many people will be having Man City players. I think just owning him would be enough. I think I prefer the Middlesbrough forwards.
So yeah. But as an alternative to a Middlesbrough forward, because I think Leeds and United are both playing away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is true. One chop's great. One chop's great. And I think as someone with Crouch, I could go that way to get one chop in. As Crouch is blanking.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Speaking of United, Scholes is still out for 2 months with a torn groin muscle. So that midfield again, as everybody else is at 100%, Veron's at 98, but everyone else is there. So Andy Cole wants first team football. Andrew Cole, apologies.
He hates that. He hates that.
Everyone else okay. Newcastle away.
Yeah, I mean the nice thing is because it is away, both teams attacking. They're not going to rep, so it should be their strongest 11.
You remember this game last season?
It's White York.
6-0. Everyone involved. No no sendings off, just dominance.
And that could happen again. Yeah, it could well happen again.
Especially with a few of some of these suspensions now. To Newcastle, which we'll come on to in a second. But yeah, Ruud van Nistelooy, 100%.
I mean, if you've got Ruud, as you saying that's a captaincy, if you own Ruud, 14.5 million, you've got to give him the armband. Newcastle always a decent fixture. Or do you still want to put a home forward? The armband is Ruud advice?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting week for captaincy, isn't it? I think there's a few different ways you could go. You could really target the fixtures and go Borough and Man City, or Ruud is Ruud, right? There's a reason he's at that price.
Yeah,
he's a good captaincy option in any game, as is Veron. Yeah, and like I say, that smash last season is a prime example of what can happen in this sim. You could run that again, and it would be 2-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a sample size of 1 really in this fixture, isn't it? But United have got the team that can do that sort of damage. Alan Shearer wasn't in this team last year either. But.
Yeah, I mean, I remember looking at my own sim data in season 1, and Manchester United away to Newcastle. I remember doing it and looking at like they were doing like 4-1s, 5-2s. It was just a game that was very high scoring from my sims, and I think it was Luke that backed up as well. Like because both teams are attacking, it's away from home. It's better than Manchester United being at home to Newcastle this fixture, because it's their full team, because it's away from home, because both teams attack. It is likely to be goals. So it's just whether you think Van Nistelrooy's got to get majority of them, I guess, or it can be shared out in like a 4-0 win. Is it enough to be captaincy? Where you're looking at someone like Middlesbrough, you'd expect the returns to come from people up top.
Speaking of,
old man Boxic can't keep fit, can he?
He is out for 10 days with a twisted knee.
Good.
No remorse.
No remorse at all. I'm glad he's 33. His fitness has never been good. He's going to get injured. Going to be brought off early. Why don't you just go Rickard, people? Why don't you just go Rickard?
I've gone Rickard's in my team. So he is going to be the main man up front. Everybody else is pretty clear. Everyone's all right condition-wise. Charlie Miller, Johnston, Zepeda, 98, 100%. Defensively, Southgate, Honcho, 100%.
Would we expect Noel Whelan to come in? Is it anyone else?
So he did last season, didn't he? So at the start of last season, where was it Boxic who was out again? At the start of last season, feels like he was. Felt like he was. It might not. It might have been Rickard instead, actually. But it was Noel Whelan that came in.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, I think it probably would be. It would be Noel Whelan that comes in, but I know Marinelli can. Is it Marinelli that can play up top?
So you've got some.
No, Greening perhaps.
I think so. Greening's in the game as a forward. But I've not seen him up there too often. I can't remember seeing him up there. We have got Nemeth.
Nemeth's good. I like Nemeth.
Bernhardt I've seen come on a couple of. He's had a few sub appearances, hasn't he, over the years? So we've got a couple of options, but yeah, we so played 7, came on in 20. So he's certainly one of their favoured forwards. Zepeda's a forward right. That makes too much difference, and Johnston can play up there as well. But
I mean, it's big chance of rep. I mean, if you look as well, I think the fact they got their first Champions League game Tuesday, following Tuesday,
the following Wednesday.
Okay. At Gothenburg.
But yeah,
chance of rep. I'd like to know the Middlesbrough lineup, but it's a very kind leak if that happens.
Yeah, anything could happen in this one. So it was 3-2 in their last meeting, which did have 2. But then they have Vega and Galley as well. So without them, a free scoring Borough could do a lot of damage. But yeah, so we expect boxes to be back around game week 6.
Great. People have to sell.
Newcastle. Let's grab through these last ones. So you've got some suspensions here as well. Mateo's 90%, Dominic Mateo's 90%, and orange flagged. Stephen Hughes, we said with Gary Holt being out suspended, Stephen Hughes could come back in if he was fit. There's a chance he will. He's out for a day with a twisted knee. He is playing today. He won't get that extra day of recovery that some of the others. So yeah, he's a doubt. Wayne Quinn's also 90%, who's started 2 games so far this season. So a little bit depleted.
Yeah, it's depleted a lot, actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Danny Griffin won't have his opportunity to get booked in the upcoming game because he is suspended. 4 yellow cards in 3 games.
Does that mean he's one yellow card away from suspension as well?
It could very well be, couldn't he, actually? Oh, can you carry on, Andy? I've got the sneak out the door.
Yeah, no worries.
I want to talk about...
I mean, Newcastle is a fixture where I think, because of the depleted team, home to Manchester United, you've got to fancy Manchester United. I would fancy Manchester United to get 4 or 5 goals in this game. If Newcastle are going to come at them, which I think they will, it could be bad for Newcastle. So for me, if you have Van Nistelooy, I think it's a very viable captain. I think obviously if you've got Varane, you keep him despite his low performance so far. I think Newcastle perhaps score. So I'm someone on double Manchester United defence. I think Eggio and Silvestre, for me, I'm considering dropping one of them. But saying that, again, they could get attacking returns in this fixture. I like Manchester United. I'm going to say a 4-1 win. So, yeah, anyone with Shearer, I think it's probably a sell. But he could score at any times on pens. But I think there's better forwards in the game for this week, especially if you wildcard in next week and you've got Shearer. So, Shearer to one shot, Shearer to Rickard if you don't own. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, I was just saying, I think looking at this Newcastle team, Manchester United are going to score plenty, 4 or 5 for Manchester United this week. I think looking at this, Van Nistelrooy is definitely a captain choice if you owned. I think you'd regret it if you owned Van Nistelrooy and didn't captain him against a depleted Newcastle. I think if you captain someone else and Van Nistelrooy goes off and you haven't put the armband on him, you're going to be like, it was there for me. Why not do it?
I think it'll be popular. I'm with you there. Any of the news? No, so Gary Holt is suspended till game week 5. Norwich, for anybody who has them, I guess the only one of note really is, well, Emblen's been a starter. He's out for 3 months with a torn groin muscle. For anyone who did go there, otherwise the majority, you're on 4.5 Kevin Nolan. He's on 100%.
Which people are? People know, Nolan.
Need to go through anything else on Norwich? I think
not particularly. Yeah.
No.
Apart from they missed out on Lawrence, and I think they're in for someone else as well, aren't they?
Who was it? It was going after. Who was it? Was going after Andy Johnston.
It wasn't them, I don't think. No. If you look at transfers on the tab next to squad, any pending? Future? No. Okay, they haven't put any offers in.
Not yet. Sunderland. So we've got a new signing for Sunderland.
Yeah, this is big. This is the big name. This big transfer of the season so far.
Before we get to that, we've got a few. Looks like there was a reserve game, so no one particular of note. Stefan Schwartz is out. He's not out. Sorry, he's 90%, not orange flag. He's trying to force his way into the team. He's not doing too much. Julio Arca is 93%.
They play tomorrow, though, don't they? I think
he does indeed play tomorrow, so he should be fine. Neil Sullivan at 94%, although that might not matter. Welcome back, Mark.
Welcome back. Big welcome back for Mark. He's a season 1 hero for those that captained him in Derby's triple game week when he got 17. Was it 17 points? Was it more than that?
Oh, now you're asking.
I captained him. I know people. No, I didn't triple captain him, unfortunately.
Big signing. Now, again, one of the lovely nuances of the game. Sunderland didn't necessarily need to buy a new goalkeeper, but they have done for 3.8 million from Derby County, who,
just like real life, need the money.
Not sure who else they've got, but
I mean, Lee Camp's there. Go back. Lee
yeah. Oh, he's dreadful in here.
He's terrible. Get that.
We were looking at. What were we looking at? Hey, that was the other team. I was going to get you to pronounce this guy's name, but he was actually on the other team.
Andy Thomas. Where's he from? Welsh, under 21.
He's all right, isn't he?
Their history?
Regen. Remember the name. Interesting. So, Mark Hume. So, Sullivan was the goalkeeper for Sunderland, obviously 33. Good age to be a goalkeeper, but yeah, Hume coming in. I guess it's not guaranteed he starts, but
I would say it is. Yeah, I'd say it is for someone like Hume. Personally, how much they spend on them?
3.8 million.
Yeah, so that's quite a bit of money. I think Hume's going to be straight in. Have you priced him up yet?
Yeah. What would you guess we've priced him up as?
I would guess 5, really.
5 million. He is indeed.
It's a shame. I mean, 4.5 would have tempted a few Headman owners to him.
I think it's interesting, isn't it? Because Sullivan was he was the alternative to UC last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, their away form suffers quite a bit, doesn't it? But yeah, we know what he can do. He's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, I like him.
Interesting. Condition-wise, everyone else generally all right. Teal 95. Kevin Phillips 100%. Arca should be there as well. So away at Villa.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I think they'll score. I think Villa probably will sneak it. I'd say a 2-1 Villa. But the Premiership goal wants to impress in his debut. Perhaps Villa may find it tougher. So wouldn't be surprised to see Premiership drop an 8 with a few good saves in the game. But I'm still going to say 2-1 Villa.
Nice. Tottenham. So Darren Anderton, he's out for a few days with a twisted knee. So he's at 68%. So he's orange flagged, but he's unlikely to feature at 68%. Otherwise, everyone else is looking pretty good. Simon Davies, who again has had a good start to the season. He's gone under the radar a little bit.
Good player.
Off last season well. In that centre mid position. I think Ziegler went off injured actually in the last game. Injured? Was it that game? Might be the one before. I
think Ziegler's a great player. Ziegler's great.
I'm sure I saw him go off. Anyway. So then you've got everyone else seems all right.
Nice.
Rebrov. Home to Leeds.
It's a fixture. Again, it's an awkward one as well because you'd expect Tottenham to still score. So it's kind of like it's got another 2-1 written all over it for me. 2-1 Leeds. And I think there's a few of those fixtures this week where you're like, oh, they probably will win, but it's going to be like 2-1. And that's why I don't think there's going to be many clean sheets this game. Apart from Borough, perhaps, is probably the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you will.
Man City? What do you got? Yeah.
Norwich, yeah, that should do.
Nice. And then last but not least, Watford. So the main one for them, which is affecting their season, is Ramon Vega's still out for a month with a damaged kneecap. And Craig Harrison's actually out for a week with a twisted knee, although he's 90% and orange flag. So they could push through and play him.
I mean, Robinson, is he left centre Robinson, isn't he? So he's someone
suspended.
Someone that could play but suspended.
That was Paul Robinson of Watford, the left back, not the Leeds keeper.
If you go by position, just sort by position. So who is it? What defence do you think would most likely to be?
So for
still right back, probably. Williams.
Yikes.
I mean, Lloyd Doyley's a Watford legend, but I don't think he's any good on this.
Can finish a ball. Lacking.
Yeah, it's still Ward and Williams. Okay, and then left back. Maybe go Harrison's injured.
Morrison. So I mean, I think he might feature.
Yeah, I mean, so the left back is a problem for Watford this week. Who's playing right mid?
Zapata. That'd be Zapata.
Yeah, I think Zapata's going to have a field day. Zapata in.
It's not a bad shout. Everyone else for Watford, if anybody's on the likes of Tommy Smith, I think he's 100%. And that's Zeda's 100%. I think that's about it.
Sweet. Yeah, definitely target Watford still. I think as someone doesn't own Van Nistelooy, Rickard's my captain again. I think it's fairly easy to do that. I think Crouch to one shot looks pretty good for this week. Quite like that. I might just roll the other free transfer because I've got people like Pedersen I want to give one more week to. Gardner looks okay for this week against Bradford away. You got others who have got my team, so it's quite a good fixture. But like Borough double defence looks good. So you've got Southgate and another defender. Interestingly, Atherton got the clean sheet, didn't he? Because he came off before they conceded last game. Which is nice for owners.
Came off on 65th. Yep. Not sure many have gone there with the allure of armchair in Southgate. He's not bad. Not a bad option.
No,
you know he's been playing.
Yeah.
So what's your plans, Andy? Are you thinking of wildcarding 5?
I'm not. No, I'm going to try and go against it and try and do a different route. Because if a lot of people are going Gameweek 5, I'll try and maybe do it later down the line. Maybe do it in 8. But still look at the double game week for Chelsea and Blackburn. I even might free hit in 8.
Okay.
If I'm going to sell Crouch this week, I won't have any Chelsea or Blackburn. It's possible I just go for both.
Yep.
Attack it, but we'll see when it gets there.
So last year I think I did the similar route. So I guess for those who aren't are wondering why we're saying wildcard 5 is because there's a bit of a fixture swing, and with the emphasis towards home fixtures in this game so important. It's a lot of teams that started with a run of away fixtures are moving into having a run of home fixtures instead in Gameweek 5. So those that were targeting those home fixtures initially, if they don't wildcard, you might be stuck with a lot of players playing away for the next 4 or 5 weeks or so. It varies by the team, but that's kind of why a lot are thinking wildcard 5. I think it was the same thing last year. I think the game generally structures sort of 2 home, 2 away.
Yeah, it's a bit weird that the first 4 game weeks, a lot of teams have played 3 away. Like half the teams have played 3 away. It's a bit strange that's worked out like that.
But I'm pretty sure last year I I did that. I targeted those home fixtures. Wildcarded 5. You've got a lot of information from 4 game weeks in terms of who's playing. Maybe a couple of new signings have come in and settled down. So it's a good time too. But yeah, equally, like I say, there's doubles on the horizon. You know, there's always benefits to keeping a wild card in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, good couple of ways to do it.
I mean, it could be the fact I keep the wild card for a lot longer. Look at the free hit just for that 1 week. I mean, what are the other fixtures around game week 8 actually when Blackburn and Chelsea play?
Cool. So this is game week 4, game week 5, game week 6, game week 7. That's game week 8 currently.
Plus Blackburn Chelsea.
Plus Blackburn Chelsea.
So you've got so game week 8. So we've got Manchester United against Villa.
Leeds away to Norwich.
Mm.
Newcastle away to Bradford. Chelsea at home to Coventry.
So the Chelsea and Blackburn doubles, like Blackburn away to Leicester, is quite nice as well. So there's no reason why you can't triple up on both for the double game week.
That'll be Good Johnson, I think, will be popular that week.
Yeah. So it could be for me just a free hit, treble Blackburn, treble Chelsea. Arsenal playing Borough isn't great. Bolton Liverpool's not great. Yeah. And maybe just go for like Manchester United treble as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll get there.
Cool. Good stuff. It's been a little bit longer this one. But yeah, anything else?
Any questions in the chat? Let's have a look at player stats because we've got 3 game weeks worth of stuff now. So who's like top of average rating? We'd had a look at job information. So Peter Shreve's still slightly insecure.
Viali as well, slightly insecure.
So is Tony Gale, and at the top is Richie. Does that mean Chris Kamara has been sacked?
When did he come in?
Go to is it Chris Kamara at Notts County?
I think he came in at the bottom. Yeah, he got sacked. He got sacked last season. Yeah, he got sacked last season. We'll see where Cammy went in a minute. So yeah, those two. Let's have a look at some player stats. Average rating wise, Good Johnson and Rocky Jr. He had 2 games, but he's played well in both of them. Issa, Weatherall, Carboni, Larson, Oncho, Rickard, Ashley Cole, Jermaine Wright. Moods there. All of those are above 8.3 on the average rating. Hadji leading the goal scoring charts.
Oh, wow. I mean, Villa top of the league, Hadji top of the goal scoring charts. Who'd have said that, eh? Who'd have said that?
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that, like top 8. We've got players from Villa, City, Chelsea, United, fine. Norwich, Sunderland, Newcastle. Only 2 mind. Even Olivia Bernard on City. Go down in memory for that. And he had 3 penalties. And a right Sami Hyypiä and Jess. Assists, Boateng. He always pops up with a ton of assists. It feels like he pops up with a ton of assists all the time.
But never owned. Never owned.
Never owned. They say Davies. I say, yeah, that's decent. Good start to the season. Angel, Flitcroft. The usual names. Good to see Gary Teal up there. I fancy him.
Had a good game week, didn't he, last week?
I fancy him over the course of the season. And the matches, no one with more than 1. Johnson with 100% shots on target. Phillips 87. Larson, Eustace. Interesting names there. Referee, here he is. Greg Stevelink with 30 yellow cards in 6 games. And 4 reds.
Wow, that in 4 reds.
He's fair.
4 reds.
Well, 2 of those yellows were
game week 3. It's game week 3.
So 2 of the yellows in the Newcastle game were reds.
Mm.
I don't think there's been another red card for a couple of weeks. So He's gone somewhere else. Obviously,
he was reffing a couple of games in Gameweek 1, so that
course,
didn't. Yeah.
But yeah, so although Uriah is he's not really featuring, I think we need to keep a very close eye on where this guy's going. He's on one for this sim.
Hopefully, we can get a ref league before Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll. I think we should. I think that's a good idea. I think we target where he's going.
Yeah.
Team of the week. Larson in his favourite centre midfield position on the team of the week.
Did they do player of the month and manager of the month as well for
Dalglish? Deserved.
King Kenny? Yeah, that's understandable for Villa's start.
Ruud,
boring.
Interesting. Boring. Darren Moran, young player of the month for Norwich. That was last year. Great. Interesting. Right. Should we wrap up there? David H. Is Greg Warren starting? Do you love me some Greg Warren? He's played once, 1 game, 1 goal. To be expected from a lad at 16. Miss him in the Prem. How's Fatty Dincer doing?
How are Charlton getting on? Badly.
Terrible. Lost 3, 1 game. Sorry, lost 3, 1-1 out of 4 games so far. Dincer is started 2. Just not doing a lot. Jason Ewell's unhappy. Pretty much the same team we know, really. Schwartz having a terrible start. The 13 conceded in 4.
I mean, it's not a bad team for Division 1, really.
No, not at all.
I think you're doing a lot better than that. Maybe things improve. It's early days.
Cool. Right,
cool.
Let's call it there.
Nice one.
Anything more from yourself, mate?
Just wanted to see Chris Kamara, really. Did he get the sack? I know he was insecure.
Not that Chris Kamara.
No.
I spelled it wrong. What am I doing? Yeah, Notts County.
Oh, he's still there. Okay, he's hanging on.
15th in Div 2. Brighton needs to do some work. Right then.
Right, nice one. Cheers for that.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate it's a little bit earlier in the day, but yeah. Hopefully those that watch back or listening back on the podcast got plenty out of that. We're going to probably announce the league. Might be able to do it tonight. See if Scarface is around. Otherwise, yeah, it'll be early tomorrow. And that's it.
Yeah, sweet. I think Gameweek 4 is an interesting one. I think, as I say, there's not going to be too many clean sheets. I'd say Borough clean sheet, and I'm going to say that's going to be it for the clean sheets, personally. I think Coventry score at Liverpool, at home to Liverpool. The rest, yeah, fine. But I think you'll still see big results for like a 4-2 for Man City, a 4-0 for Middlesbrough, a 4-1 for Manchester United. Yeah, it's going to be another good week. I'm looking forward to it. So,
fingers crossed.
Yeah,
awesome.
Nice
Cool.
One.
Thanks, Andy.
Cheers, mate.
Take it easy, mate.
Take it easy, guys.
Thanks,
everyone.
And,